Okay, so today we will start with new problem statement. The problem statement is write a program to calculate sum of digits in a given number using do while loop. So first we study syntax of do while loop and its execution flow. Then we can write code for this problem statement. So first, syntax of do while loop. Do while loop is also called as exit time condition checking loop, and while loop is called as entry time condition checking loop. So here in do while loop, do first do, then curly bracket, then statements, that is called as body of while do while loop, and after that curly bracket, write while, and then conditional part. Parenthesis complete and write semicolon. In while loop there is no semicolon after the end of while loop, but here in do while loop, syntactically when your do while loop ends, then write semicolon. Here is the body of do while loop. This do while loop is called as exit time condition checking loop, because first time you got the entry in the do while loop, first time, because there is no any condition. So directly you got the entry direct into do while loop, and after completion of the do while loop we can check the condition, and if condition is true, this condition is true, then again loop continues, then again entry to the body of do while loop, again condition is checking, if condition is true then only loop get continued, if condition is false then cursor automatically goes to the next line of the do while. Understood the execution flow? And what is the syntax? Do curly bracket, then body of do while, then condition, and then give semicolon. The semicolon, syntactically semicolon is most important, because other loops, for example while loop, there is no semicolon after the end of the while loop, but here in do while loop there is the syntactically semicolon after completion of the do while loop. Okay, so this is the conditional part, this is the body part, and this is the do while loop. In do while loop, first entry, first iteration, whatever may be the condition, no doubt, condition is false or true, but first time entry into the do while loop. But in while loop, if the first time condition is false, then there is no entry to the body of while loop. Clear? But in the do while loop, first time entry is there. Everyone got the entry into the first time. But after exiting, condition is, if condition is true, then again loop get continued. And if the condition is false, then cursor goes out of that do while loop. Understood the execution flow of do while loop? Same questions we can solve by do while loop or while loop or for loop. Any type of question, problem statement we can solve by any type of loop. Clear? But now we will solve this problem statement using do while loop. Clear? So what is the problem statement? Write a program to calculate sum of digits in a given number. So take for example number is 1, 2, 3, that is 123. Having 3 digits, that is first digit is 3, second digit of the number is 2, and third digit is 1. So sum of this digit is 6. So output is 6. Sum of digits is equal to 6. So what is the output looks like on the text mode window? So this is your text mode window, or it is called as console. First take any number from user, user can enter any number. Clear? So message is enter any number. This is first problem statement. After that cursor is blinking for taking number from user. Suppose user enters 1, 2, 3 and press enter. That number is assigned to some variable. For example number. Take any variable name number and assign this number to that variable. After that, what is the next message? Message is sum of digits is equal to, and whatever may be the sum of this digit is 6, so display 6. This is your output screen. Okay, so as per that output, that That means this is our requirement. This is the requirement of the users. As per this requirement, we can write the code in C language. Okay, so write the code. We start code from including header file. So header file section hash include stdio.h standard input output header file. After that hash include con.io.h, that is console input output header file. That two header file, that is printf and scanf functions definitions are present into stdio.h header file, and clear screen and getch. These are the built-in functions. Okay, their definitions, function definitions are present into con.io.h header file. Next, program starts from writing main function. So main, void main, that is main function having return type void. That means main function does not returns anything to operating system. This is the meaning of this void return type. Next, variable declaration. First is variable declaration and variable initialization. After that, second statement is clear screen. Next, give the message, enter any number. So write printf enter any number /n, cursor goes to the next line. After that, write the statement scanf, take the number from user %d comma ampersand of num. Num is the variable where we store the number which user enters on the console. After that, ampersand, so declare the variable integer num com. Okay, whenever we use the variable, write the name of the variable as well as declare the variable name at the first line of your function. Next, now the logical part or do while loop. So first check the pattern of your problem statement. So how we can solve this problem statement? Suppose user enters 1, 2, 3, means that value is assigned to the number variable. So what is the pattern? Why we use loop? Loops are used because when there are common statements in your body, same statements are repeatedly executed, then and then only we can use loops. Any loops, do while or for loop. So is there any pattern? Check the pattern, find out that pattern, and then that pattern is implemented into body of loop. Clear? बघा, simply आपण काय काय करतोय हे चेक करूया आपण. पहिल्यांदा take the number from user. What is the first step? Separate the digit from the number. First digit from the number. That means first separate 3 digits from the number and add that digit into some intermediate variable. Suppose that intermediate variable is sum. What is the first task? Separate first digit from the given number. Number is 123. Separate the first digit, that is 3, from that number. So how to separate that number digit from that number? First digit, use mod operator. What is the use of mod operator? Mod operator gives you reminder. If any number, suppose 123 mod of 10, what it gives you? 123 mod of 10, it gives you reminder. What is the reminder? Obviously. Okay, quotient is 12 and reminder is 3. Clear? Whenever you take the mod of 10, it gives the last digit in your number. What it gives you? It gives you last digit from your number. Okay, that is your logical part. So, how to separate 3, that is last digit from the number? Use mod of 10. Okay, number mod of 10, what it gives you? Reminder. If number is 123, mod of 10, what it gives you? Reminder is 3. If the number is 401, mod of 10, what it gives you? 1. Means we can separate digit, first digit from the number. What is our first statement in the body of do while loop? the first statement is separate first digit from your number. Separate first digit from your number. Next, what is the second step? Add that digit into some intermediate variable. So where we want to store, for that we can use sum variable and store that digit, okay, into sum. So what is the statement? Sum is equal to sum plus this digit, and for storing this digit we can use, suppose, reminder. Reminder, what reminder stores? First digit of your number. Suppose number variable is num mod of 10. What it gives you? Last digit or first digit of in your number, and first digit is stored into which variable? Reminder. So add this reminder into sum variable, okay, and initialize sum to the 0, because first time what is the value of sum? 0, and add this first digit into the sum. So 0 plus what is the digit? 3. So sum is 3 becomes, okay. This is the second step. What is the third step? Now what we do? Num, this is the number, and discard or delete last digit from the number. Means if the number is 123, now we can add 3 into sum, then discard that last digit or first digit of your number. That means discard this number. And how we can discard this digit? Using num divided by 10. What it gives you? Division operator gives you quotient. So 123 divided by 10, quotient is 12. That means last digit of your number get deleted or discarded from the number. This is the third step. So save this num into num variable. Clear? This is the pattern. Means at the first iteration, what we do? First, separate the digit from the number, first digit from the number, add that digit. Second step, add that digit into some intermediate variable. Third step, what is the third step? Discard or delete the first digit. Clear? So now what is the number now? 12. 12 is the number. So repeat same steps for 12. Repeat same step for the 12. Means number is 12. Separate first digit from the number, that is 2. 2 comes into reminder variable. Then next step is add this digit into sum. First iteration sum becomes 3. 3 plus 2, it becomes 5. Third step, what is the third step? Now 12 is your current number, so discard or delete the first digit. Now 12 divided by 10, what it gives you? It gives you 1. 12 divided by 10, what it gives you? It gives you 1. That means automatically last digit is discarded or deleted. Okay, so number now contains 1. Repeat same steps for number 1. That means 1, first step is what? 1 mod of 10. So what is the quotient now? 1. Quotient is 0. Quotient is 0 and remainder is 1. 1 mod of 10, remainder is 1 and quotient is 0. So remainder is now 1. Intermediate sum is now becomes 5. 2 plus 3, it becomes now 5. Plus remainder is 1, it becomes 6. And now number is 1. Current number is 1. 1 divided by 10, what is the quotient? 0. Now number becomes 0. And if number becomes 0, that means there is no digit in your number, so stop the loop. That is our end condition. Understood? What is the pattern to solve this problem statement? First step, separate first digit from the number, save that number into reminder variable. Second step, add that reminder into intermediate variable, that is sum. Third step, discard the first digit from the number. Discard the first digit from the number. So whatever may be the reminder or what is the remaining number, same steps are applied. Means we can use loops. Similar steps we can follow number of times, then we use loop. Clear? That is the main aim of the loop. If there is pattern, first find out the pattern and repeat that steps multiple times. Now when we stop the loop, when number becomes 0, we can stop our loop. So this is logical part and pattern searching. Now we can implement that code using do while loop. So first, which loop we will use here? Do while. So first write syntax, means do, after that curly bracket, then curly bracket complete, while, then condition part and you semicolon. Clear? After that, write the body of do while loop. So first statement, what is the first statement? Whatever may be the number, separate the first digit from that number and save the first digit into reminder. So reminder, rem, that is reminder variable. So declare reminder. Next step, add that reminder into some variable, that is intermediate. Sum plus reminder. But now, initially, if I write only sum, declare sum here, what sum contains? Garbage value. Initial value is garbage. So whatever may be the garbage value plus reminder, but it gives you wrong result. So initially initialize sum to 0. Now 0 plus reminder. What is the reminder? Means whenever you use any variable, before initializing variable, here reminder, but we cannot initialize it 0. Why we cannot initialize it 0? If number and reminder is initially what? Contains garbage value, means any value, garbage value. But here you can initialize the num, because you can take the value from the user and num is initialized here, as well as reminder is initialized here. Clear? So no need to write reminder is equal to 0. But before using, here we can initialize the sum variable, but here we can take some value. So here basically some value is garbage. So garbage plus reminder, it gives you wrong results. That's why we can initialize the sum. But num and reminder, no need to initialize it to 0. Understood? Clear? Next step. What is the next step? Discard first digit from your number. So for that purpose, num divided by 10, whatever may be the result, save into num variable. After that, continues this loop till number becomes 0. This number, when this number becomes 0, that means number does not contain any digits. So stop the executing loop. So last statement is conditional part, that is num not equal to 0. If num is other than 0, then it works. That is loop get continues. But if num becomes 0, that means 0 not equal to 0, condition false. But num is 1, 2, 3, means 123. Then 123 not equal to 0, condition true. And if condition is true, then loop get continues. Clear? And when num becomes 0, then condition false. That means termination of the while loop. After termination, what is the result? Whatever may be the sum, digit sum is stored into sum variable. After completion of do while loop, next statement is printf sum of digits is equal to percentage d double quotes complete comma name of the variable. What is the name of the variable? Sum. And last statement is to freeze the console using getch. Completion of the main function. So now we can manually debug the programming code. So save this program using sum of digits.c, compile it and run it. Next, when this program gets running, what is the execution. Program starts from executing from main. After that, there are how many variables? 3 variables are there. Okay, for these 3 variables on the RAM, random access memory get reserved for num variable, reminder and sum. Initial value of sum is 0 and num and reminder is garbage. After that, first message is displayed on the console. Enter any number. Enter any number message get displayed and cursor goes to the next line. Next statement is scanf. Cursor is blinking for %d. When user enters some number, that is 1, 2, 3 and press enter, that 1, 2, 3 number, that is 123 number is assigned to address of num variable. So in num variable 1, 2, 3 number gets assigned. Next, that means initialization of num. Third, after that, cursor, runtime cursor automatically first goes to the do while loop, because this loop is exit time condition checking loop. In the entry time there is no condition, so directly entry to the runtime cursor. Okay. Next, what is the statement in the body of do while loop? First statement, reminder is equal to num mod of 10. So what is the num? 123 mod of 10. What it gives you? 3. What is the reminder? 123 mod of 10. It gives you reminder 3 and quotient is 12. So 3 is saved into reminder. So now 3 is saved into reminder variable. Next step. What is the next step? Sum plus reminder. What is the sum? Initial value of sum is 0 plus 3. It becomes 3. So now sum get replaced by which value? 3. Next step. Num. What is the num? Current value of num? 123. 123 divided by 10. What it gives you? Quotient. What is the quotient? 12. 12 is the quotient. 123 divided by 10. Then quotient is 12. And 12 is saved into number variable. So now number becomes 12. Number becomes 12. So after that conditional part. Condition. What is the condition? 12. Current value of num is 12. 12 not equal to 0. Condition true. So again loop get executed. After that, what is the number value current? 12. 12 mod of 10. What it gives you? 2. So 2 is saved into reminder, means now reminder becomes 2. After that, sum. What is the current value of sum? Taken from the RAM. 3 plus current value of the reminder 2. So 3 plus 2, it becomes 5. And 5 is saved into sum. So now sum gets replaced by 5. Third step, num. What is the current value of num? 12. 12 divided by 10. What is the quotient? 12 divided by 10. Quotient is 1. Quotient is 1. Quotient means bhagakar. 12 divided by 10. Quotient is 1 and remainder is 2. So 12 divided by 10, it gives you 1 and 1 is saved into num variable. So num now becomes 1. So 1 not equal to 0. Condition true. Again loop get executed. Okay. Next, num. Now num is 1. 1 mod of 10. Mod operator gives you reminder. So 1 mod of 10, reminder is 1. That 1 is saved into reminder variable. After that, current value of sum 5. 5 plus reminder. Reminder value is 1. Current value of reminder is now 1. 5 plus 1 means here 1 is reflected. 5 plus 1 it becomes 6 and 6 gets saved into sum variable. Next step, num 1 divided by 10. Current value of num is 1. 1 divided by 10 it gives you 0. So num becomes 0. And now conditional part, 0 not equal to 0. Condition false. After that, printf. Next statement is printf. Now loop does not get continued. Loop terminated because condition is false and cursor goes to the next line. What is the next line? Printf. Sum of digits is equal to %d. And what is the value of sum? Now it becomes 6. So the result is sum of digits is equal to 6. Last is console get freeze and main got terminated. Okay, clear? So today we will stop here.